Have you ever tried to explain to your family about your relationship and you just get blank stares? Or you get worse, just leave him. When you're in a neurodiverse relationship, the family often just doesn't understand. So today we're going to talk about staying grounded, communicate clearly, and letting it go when they just won't listen. So when family just doesn't understand, they're looking at behavior, not neurology. And by the way, my name is Diana, Cassandra's sister, and my channel focuses on the neurotypical in a relationship with an autistic partner. And with all respect to the autistic community, this is not clinical. I am not a doctor or therapist. So let's get started about family and how they just won't listen. So why doesn't family understand? They're looking at behavior and not neurology. In a neurodiverse relationship, it's so hard for someone to understand who doesn't get it. And they're looking at relationships as being that emotional reciprocity. And we don't have that in our relationships. So it's hard for them to ever get it. So they're reacting through their own frame. It's not cruelty, it's context. So the common pain points in this with family, they may tell you you're too sensitive. They may tell you, oh, he's so nice, and really be on his side. And it just makes you crazy, right? So when you're feeling like you're going to always having to keep the peace, the mismatch in your family, it'll make you feel invisible. That's where the isolation starts to come in. Because now you're just, you're trying to share your heart. You're trying to get help because the relationship is so hard. And your family is who you go to. Oh dear. So it pours salt on the wound. It's like you already have this gaping wound and your whole family's gathering around and just pouring salt right on it. Oh, that's a terrible visual, sorry. But it is, it's very, very painful. Right, Rainbow? It's very painful. Right, Boop Boop? Oh, he's so cute. Oh, look at that face. He's so cute. All right, back to. So what helps when they don't hear you is that you want to say something about, you're talking about facts, not feelings. You're talking about autism. Now, sometimes a family will really deny any autism. He's not autistic. He's not that. And the thing is, you really have to, this is the letting go part. You need to share with safe people. And you may think your family's safe, but only take it so far, really to protect yourself. When you find that person and it's starting to cause conflict, you want to redirect. Stop it right there and say, this isn't up for discussion, and thank you for caring. Not easy to do, I get it. But it's really something you have to find that safe person. And if you're trying to explain it to somebody and you realize they're not safe, you really have to redirect that feeling. Of course, that emotion's going to come in, but to come in and say back a very strong, like, this is not up for discussion, and thank you for caring. Because they do care. They just don't understand. What about letting go gracefully? Now, I did not let go gracefully. I remember I wrote pages to my family about when I was a caregiver and trying for them to understand what happened with my parents, and then to find my partner and try and explain it to them again. I just couldn't stop. I wanted my family so bad I couldn't stop. And who did it hurt? Me. Me. It hurt me. You're worth more than that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't be a Diana who's writing, her memoir in order for her family to love her. Yeah, you have to let it go. You have to let it go gracefully. One of the things you can do, so one of the mantras you can say is, I release the need to be loved by everyone, to be understood by everyone, to release that need. Because, if you keep going towards those people that won't understand you and won't believe you and just refuse. You're never going to find the safe people. You know what I mean? Because you're constantly looking for the ones that are not safe. Hard pill to swallow. Hard thing to say, hard pill to swallow. So when to step back? If you're having several conversations with somebody and each time you leave that conversation feeling inadequate, I should have said something different. I should have, again, it's hurting you. And that person's going to really stay in that state of mind. There is nothing more that you can say to that person. And I get it. Sometimes you just feel, well, if I reframe it this way, if I say it different this way, we get on that wheel with our partner. Many times with our autistic partner, they have, they struggle with that reciprocity. And so we need to say things in a certain way and try to learn their language and all of that stuff. We're working so hard anyway. We kind of get that to our brain like we have to do it with everybody. So at closing, family may never hear you, but you are the one that can choose peace over proving. Respect for the autistic community and families that are trying to learn more. And this channel is about lived experience, not therapy advice.